Comic book superhero talk show. Of course, I'm Brad West, your host, and joining me is Mr. Greg Burrow from Dragons Are Comic and Fantasy, who's going to be representing them, and he's going to tell you a little bit about
Free Comic Book Day is coming at the end of the week. So Saturday, August 14th is going to be Free Comic Book Day. So check with your local comic book store. It is a worldwide event, so just check and see what your comic store is going to be doing. Dragon's Lair is actually going to be doing a drive-through. So you can stay in your car in the nice, cool air conditioning of your car as you drive through to pick up your comics because it's just going to be too hot for us to have the normal Free Comic Book Day event. We usually do it first Saturday in May, and it's still hot then, but it's nothing like in August.
Right.
So we just want to make sure everybody's healthy and safe, and especially with the pandemic still. So, I mean, we're in stage 4 again. So.
So we're following up this week with some more information, especially for some of our other supporters, such as Try Comics Today,
Go
Comics and Games on South Amara, as well as Bat City Professionals.
Yes.
Also, co-hosting is Ms. Anna Sasha Anderson. She's going to help us with some of the factoids and give us that youthful opinion on stuff, because, you know, we're like all along the truth comic book haggard over here. This week, we're going to be starting the first of our series on our end of summer back to school review.
Yay!
So yes, the summertime is wrapping up. Kids are going back in school. All of the big summer blockbusters have run their course. And a lot of the things that we did along the year, especially when we were doing our live format, we didn't really have the ability to talk about some of the many comic book events that happened this year, superhero events that have happened this year, and so we decided to take this opportunity to kind of touch on our opinions and reviews of some of the things that have come.
On some of them. We're not going to hit everything. This week, we're actually going to be talking mostly about Marvel, which is great.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of Marvel activity, shall we say.
Mm-hmm. And last week, if you're paying attention, the first week of our new format, we were doing a week-long review of Black Widow. This week, our main concerns are the Disney Plus shows.
Well, that's part of it, yes. But
it's like, it's going to be the 3. It's like throughout the week, we're going to do the 3 Marvel shows. We're going to talk about what was going on in comics, and then we're going to end with Jupiter's Legacy.
Yes. So, whereas Black Widow, we already did a full week on that one. We don't really need to touch on that.
And so if you want to check those episodes, please go to bradsredweb.com.
Correct. And you can watch some of our old shows. And as always, please follow us on our parent producing company, the Kaiju Labs Media on YouTube, as well as the Facebook watch page. If you are on Twitch or whatever else we're on.
There's so many others.
We're on many things. You can watch us. You can find us. Check us out.
BradsRedWeb.com will have all of the links to all of the things.
So we're going to start off with, of course, the first of the Marvel Disney Plus limited series, Wandavision.
Yeah.
Loved it. I don't think anybody didn't love it.
There were some people that had problems with how slow it started, but I loved it because that was very reminiscent of the style of TV shows they were emulating from the very beginning.
Well, also I think is that it was the first of this new, basically, experiment of this new format.
Yeah, they didn't know what to make.
Which is not quite a movie, not quite a TV show, kind of somewhere in between. And
it's a mini-series. If you've watched Stephen King stuff, you know what we're talking about. It's a limited
series. And you know what, actually, I'm finding that, especially with the premium format cable television shows that have become along, especially with all the streaming services, I'm actually starting to find that I like limited series better than new series.
Yes, it's like I talk about this with them all the time. I get it. It's like if I feel like a story has reached its logical end, I will literally stop. I can't help it. I will stop. And so I like small, tight series over taking something and stretching it out as long as humanly possible.
It's like when Lovecraft Country wrapped up HBO, I was happy. I was content. This is good. I didn't need a part 2. And
they were like, psych, there's a season 2. And I was like...
And then they're like, nope, there's not one after all. I'm like, okay. And so that's kind of how I feel about the Disney Plus shows is I would rather them give us this extended format gives us the ability to dig deeper into the characters, which is one of the new things that.
And I love the fact that we're getting to dig deeper into Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch and Paul Bettany's Vision.
Yeah, and the connected universe is a new thing in itself. And the thing is that a lot of what we lose in some of the movies is the exposition and the character development of some of these characters. So having a place that we can do this exposition dump and explore the depth of these characters, independent of the movie, where it's not bogging down your theatrical release, what have you, is actually really a brilliant idea. And I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. And I would rather have those characters pop up in somebody else's story along the way, and then just keep shaking it up. Yeah. There's such a depth, such a rich toolbox to be pulling things out of. Getting stuck on 5 seasons of WandaVision would just be a tragedy as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
no matter how good it was.
I loved how this started out, and it was like each episode was its own like tribute to a classic sitcom.
Yeah, artistically, it was hilarious.
I thought that it was amazing. They used the same camera techniques, the same special effects. I mean, like
even
when you saw inside the Vision, and it was like the paper animated gears and stuff, with the gum getting stuck in there.
They took great pains in creating it to actually use the actual, as much when possible.
Yeah, the
actual equipment, the actual things to make it. If you really watch it,
so creative.
It wasn't just the aspect ratio of it. I've seen other things.
I love the first one when it does the audio cue and you feel it go the staticky old mono. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was a treat. It was a treat that they were actually going retro like that. And then you saw it build as it went along. And I thought it was brilliant the way that they did it.
And also, Marvel Cinematic Universe has had the luxury of taking on a lot of really amazing, talented actors and creators and stuff who get kind of left in the dirt.
Elizabeth Olsen was amazing.
Elizabeth Olsen, obviously, and Paul Bettany. Even from the beginning, when Paul Bettany first shows up in the first Iron Man as the voice of Jarvis. And then by the time you get to Vision, and Joss Whedon is like, I want you to actually be Vision. I don't want to, there's finally somebody go, we've got this talented guy. Let's freaking use him.
Yeah.
Randall Park.
And I'll say right now, just really quick, I loved them in the sitcom situation so much that I was kind of sad. I wanted to see an actual sitcom with these two actors. I mean, because they did such an amazing job capturing those time capsules.
Yeah.
And it was such a joy.
I mean, they used the writing was just spot on and amazing. I mean, I loved when Agatha came in and was using all of the terminology from back then.
Agnes. Yeah. Even the name Agnes is such a name. Oops. No, I was talking about Randall Park and oh my gosh.
Oh God, yes.
Darcy is come on, Kat Denning. Randall Park and Kat Denning. We're just so amazeballs.
This was one where the side characters
shine through, and then as you've heard me speak on many times before.
We cried about this.
I know. I finally got my Monica Rambeau starshine. And if it weren't for the fact that they've already announced that she's going to be in the next Captain Marvel movie, which I'm really looking forward to.
Be in the Marvels.
I'm looking forward to the Marvels. I still kind of wanted, in the long run, I wanted a SHIELD FBI team up show, like Agents of Atlas kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because
she had fun chemistry with them.
Yes, with the three of them. I would watch just the three of them doing this, joint task force, Agents of Atlas kind of show. That would be a good miniseries.
Well, I know that there was an outcry actually for Randall Parks and for Kat Denning to have a show because they were loving them so much. They were saying we want an X-Files type Marvel show with them.
But no, you need the straight man and having. I just can picture.
Having Monica in there.
I can picture Monica in there as the one who's got that concept why am I having to be the grown up?
Yeah.
Kind of, you know what I mean? Can you see that with her? She's trying to rein these two in.
Right. And she has such a fun reasonable build up because it's basically they show what happened to her during the blip, because everybody has to know what happened to each other during the blip.
And it's the first time we really get, because the first time after the blip, after the whole Thanos thing, Endgame, whatnot, and you get Peter Parker and you get the Spider-Man Far From Home, and it's like they kind of touch on it, but they really don't show you the impact.
Yes.
Right, because literally it's people showing up in the exact same spot they were left in.
So you really get that devastation. That's the first, to me, that was the first real emotional impact, was Monica and her and that part of the story, and to come into this world and
just to run around and have to.
Where's my mom?
Where's my mom? Oh my gosh, that was just.
And she finds out her mom was dead.
Yeah.
Just it's like
cancer.
but then that I think that was the problem, is I kind of already knew that something was supposed to happen, because they were already like, yeah, she's going to be in the Marvels. And I'm like, well, she kind of has to. It's like, but which they changed it to the Marvels instead of. It's like, but
Miss Marvel 2.
It's going to be called The Marvels.
No, I know.
Yeah, they changed it to the.
Oh, Miss Marvel as well, also too. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's like,
Miss
but
Marvel,
she.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's like, but yeah, this is where you first get to see her as Photon, and they actually try to explain what her powers are. And instead of making her like okay, she's going to be unconditionally powerful, it's like the reveal when she finally, like, she has the fight at the end, and she gets to like bounce off of it and do the superhero landing. I cried.
I love it.
I cried. It was so good.
Looking forward.
There was so much fun in that
was
whole
delight.
series. That whole series was just absolutely fun. And
Everything.
Oh my God.
From like all the speculation. I mean, they trolled the fans so hard.
Yeah.
They put out, all the way down to you recast Pietro.
Right? It's like the problem is, I think we got too excited because, and I'm going to say this each time we have this, there's always two plot twists in these. There is the plot twist that everybody expects from episode 1, and then there's the plot twist you don't expect. It's like the plot twist we expected, Agnes is Agatha Harkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
Literally,
expected
the
that.
first episode, everyone was like, is that
we know
Agatha
it.
Harkness? And they were like, no.
Yeah, no, maybe, nah.
But the problem is, we got so excited about being so right that, like, what was the one that was super silly? Where, like, Monica says, oh, she knows a guy on the other side, and everyone was like, is that Reed Richards? And they were like, no. It's like, I don't understand what it is, but we are really fighting for the Fantastic Four to just exist somewhere.
I'm going to say it really quick. When they bring the Fantastic Four, I hope it's a retro pick.
Oh, God.
I hope that it's 1960s, because that's when super science really works. And then I want to get them get caught
Lost in space,
quantum realm, and then they pop out in modern day, or something.
even the cosmic rays that give them their powers keeps them in suspended animation in orbit. That's fine too. I'll buy that.
At least for the sake of these, because literally every single TV show in this Marvel thing that we are talking about, someone has had a thing where they're like, is this it? Is this when we're going to have it? And it's like, no, calm down.
Calm down, yeah.
It's 3 things later. They're not going to bring the Fantastic Four in yet. Calm down. We will hear about it when it happens.
Yeah,
because
right.
I mean, so far all the Fantastic Four stuff has been modern day. Start out in the 60s, seriously.
I can see that, and
I prefer them as older characters.
Well,
anyway.
no, that also gives you the ability to kind of combine. You have your cake and eat it too. It's like, because Fantastic Four was the first family of Marvel. They literally kind of kicked it off even before Spider-Man. So finding a way to have them be pre-superheroes that were lost to time and come back, and then kind of push the two and have, like I said, best of both worlds. I could buy that. I like that idea. I want them to. That.
You know what?
I would love that. I want them to be established characters when they get there. Because the problem is that while I'm cool with everyone else, there are 2 characters that have existed leading up to it, because everybody's pissing their pants over all the Doc Doom stuff, and also the Reed Richards stuff. Like, it would make more sense if they did like they did with Captain Marvel and put everything beforehand, so that way by the time we get here, they're already superheroes.
They need to make it different. They need to make it different from Captain Marvel. And having
oh yeah, I just mean the time jump thing.
Having the tweak of where they're pre-established, like you said, they're pre-established, but Reed Richards is pre-established as a super scientist already. They're lost in space. But then they come back, and now we're like, ooh, we got the super scientist back, and oh, bonus, he's got superpowers. That would make it cooler. I don't think them being pre-established as heroes, but them not actually being the heroes until they wake them up years later, Buck Rogers style.
At this point.
That's pretty cool. I could see that as, like I said, the best of both worlds. You get them having existed before and been super cool as these major cool scientists that everybody's
now
like,
they're going to be heroes.
Whatever happened to these super duper scientists who just disappeared in space? Oh, tragedy! And then like boom, they're back. And they're super. Yeah, I
just don't want them to youngify these characters.
I mean, they'll be younger.
Thursday, I'll talk about some more of this. There's something that's happening in the Marvel Universe right now in the comics that I definitely want to talk about on Thursday because we're going to be talking about Marvel Comics and what's going on.
In the comics.
And then that's when I'll bring up more about this.
I'll know more about that.
But it's time for us to wrap up this episode.
So, WandaVision, loved it. Real quick, our last thing, what was your favorite scenes from WandaVision?
Oh, God, that's impossible. There's too many.
Oh, come on, you gotta pick. All right, do like we did before. Give me your favorite action scene, give me your favorite emotional scene. Go.
I think that the best scene was probably Vision talking about loss.
Yes.
That dang.
Yes. He deserves an Oscar for that.
Oh my gosh.
Or an
Emmy, yeah, at least, yeah.
One of those. It's like, it's like, and what's your favorite action scene?
Probably the last fight with Agatha and Wanda, where Wanda schools her. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Best action scene, the fight with Monica. And then let me think of what my favorite emotional scene was. That one was great, but also the ending.
Yeah.
The ending got me.
Favorite action scene is when Wanda's like finally just stops the denial bit and she walks out with the drone and she's like, boom, and she's like, had enough. She's had enough. I'm like, oh, this is scary. Yeah. This is scary. This is amazing.
It's so good.
And even though it turns out to be a red herring, the scene with Agatha in the car at the edge of town.
Yeah.
When they realize when Vision realizes that the people are still conscious but unable to act and unable to move, and just the crying, the tear, it was just like, oh, it was like gut punch. It was like, I have to wait a week for this. No, I'm not sleeping all week. No, yeah, that was the best emotional scene.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for the part one of our Back to School Summer Review Marvel Comics edition. Today we talked about WandaVision. We're going to be talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier Tomorrow. Please make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe and share. Please, we are working hard for you, and we love you joining us. Catch us on Kaiju Lives Media on YouTube, as well as Facebook Watch and all the other platforms, as well as bradsredweb.com, where you can watch live episodes when we periodically throw this at you, as well as go back and watch our old episodes. Until tomorrow, we love you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.